An area around South Africa known to host great white sharks was absent of the apex predators for about 7 weeks after a group was viciously attacked by a pod of killer whales, and this behavior suggests sharks posses a flight response. Only 3 studies have ever touched on a flight response among sharks. But the new paper released this month suggests the apex predators did not return to their natural hunting grounds because they were scared off by the gruesome event that had previously occurred. But never-before-seen clips captured by an overhead helicopter provided more details of the bloodbath. A pilot conducting tourist flights spotted 5 killer whales swimming together, but quickly separated to ambush 4 great whites in nearby waters, and at least 2, maybe 3, sharks were killed in 1 hour. Dr. Alison Kok, South African National Parks shark expert, said, "We first observed the flight responses of 7 gills and white sharks to the presence of killer whales port and starboard in False Bay in 2015 and 2017. The sharks ultimately abandoned former key habitats, which has had significant knock-on effects for both the ecosystem and shark-related tourism." Although the clips show 4 sharks, the discovery builds on astounding footage released in June that shows the first intents of an orca ripping out and feasting on the liver of great white. Beach-based observers reported several sharks in the area about 4 minutes before the attack. Killer whales size, over 6 tons length, up to 30 feet population, 50,000 habitat, all oceans lifespan. Up to 90 years predators, humans great white sharks size, 2.5 tons length, up to 22 feet population, fewer than 3,500 habitat, all temperate coastal waters lifespan, up to 70 years predators, orcas. Humans